Rapper Busta Rhymes was sexually assaulted by a female fan while walking through a Las Vegas airport. And his response to the sexual assault was that he threw his drink in the woman's face. So, was Busta Rhymes out of pocket for throwing his drink in the woman's face for touching him on his ass? In my opinion, no. Because this woman has no right to touch him without his permission. And the woman knew that because in her response to the Shade Room, she told them that she was out of pocket for touching Busta Rhymes without his permission. The woman goes by the name of Nikita Mathis, and she released this statement responding to this viral video. And the chaos that erupted for her wrongdoing. She said, "I didn't mean to touch his behind, honestly. I was just happy to meet him and wanted to take a pic. I've been a long-time fan, and I admit I shouldn't have not touched him at all. But he's Busta. I feel like I could possibly get a pic if I touched him on his ass," and I'm paraphrasing. So she felt that if she touched him on his ass, she would get his attention, and then she could say, "Hey, I just want to take a pic with you." But he didn't take kindly of that, her touching him on his ass without permission. He didn't know if you was a guy fan or a woman fan, because when we watch this video, you're going to notice she touched him on the ass, and he immediately spun around and just threw his drink right in her face. And secondly, no one should touch another person without their permission. So she was definitely out of pocket. But I will say she did do the right thing by apologizing for touching him, because she should have not touched him at all. Yeah, you could be starstruck, but you still have no right to touch the superstar or the regular person for that matter. You have no right to touch people without people giving you the consent. And what she did was blatant disrespect, and it was wrong. Especially nowadays when people like to take these selfies and viral videos, because that would have been her viral moment, which it is still her viral moment, by getting that drink thrown in her face. If he had not thrown the drink in her face, she would have still had a viral moment and said, "Hey, I touched Busta on his butt." Regardless of the way that it went, she still had violated this man's space. And none of us should violate each other's space, because when we do, it's going to be consequence. And her consequence was a drink in her face. But she still acted like it was just funny. And it wasn't funny, not to Busta Rhymes. He was serious. He was pissed off. "Hey, you touching me." You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that. And we have to understand, you're talking about hip-hop moguls. You're talking about famous people. And you don't know these people. They might be germophobic and don't want nobody touching them. So with that being said, people, we got to keep our hands to ourselves. We don't touch nobody without their consent. And with that, I'm going to say this is the new Zenu. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
Star Child, I never
seen the sunshine like this.
I never
seen the moon glow like
hey yo, I never
this. Never seen the waterfalls like this.
I never
Never seen